Hello, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you? Welcome to Matt in the Kitchen, October edition. And we are making blood red velvet cake for Halloween special. Yeah, I know. I'm in one of those moods. Because it is Halloween, I can turn my face into a pumpkin. There we go. There's a special Halloween version for you. And also, do let me know if you're here in the comments. Say hello or morning, morning, which is becoming my catchphrase here on Matt in the Kitchen. We are doing blood red velvet cake, which is one of my son's favourites. Ruben's favourites is is red velvet cake minus the blood. But I thought, well, I'll Halloween it up by doing a bit of blood velvet cake today. Do you want to know the recipe? Well, I'll tell you what, I'll do you the ingredients. All right, here's the ingredients today. So this is an American cake, all right? Because Halloween, it's American, isn't it? It contains vegetable oil, 250 grams of plain flour, some cocoa powder, some baking powder, bicarb of soda, which again is a sort of classic American thing, light brown soft sugar. I've just got enough, I think, some salt, buttermilk, it's in the fridge at the moment, vanilla extract, food colouring, I've got some stuff there, and 2 large eggs today on Matt in the Kitchen. And then we'll do the icing. Yeah, so we'll do the icing later on. So that is the ingredients for today. We're going to do that, bake it, and then picture will be up at Facebook. We're on Facebook and YouTube today, courtesy of our lovely friends at Restream. Did you enjoy the music at the start? If you were tuned in at the start, did you enjoy it? It's a chap called Harris Heller, and he does a load of music to go on to streams, which should mean I don't get a copyright claim, which will be good, won't it? So that is that. Let me just go back to there. Would you like to see a ghost? Of course you would. Of course you would. Here we go. Let's do this. And I think the ghost should be on this one. There he is. There he is. I'm going to leave the ghost on for a fair bit. And if you like the stream, or you give it a thumbs up or something, some other stuff might happen. Not with the ghost. The ghost is safe. Let me just go over the top of him. So I'm just going to leave that ghost going, all right, for today. Red velvet cake. Should we get on with it? Should we do this thing, as the kids say? Let's do that. And again. There we go. Right, got my bits. I'm going to get my mouse and keyboard out of the way because I do not need that. Pop that there. Pop that there. And hope everything is okay. Let's do it. Step 1. I've heated the oven to 180 degrees, 160 if it's fan or gas Mark IV. And we are going to oil and line the base and the sides of 2, well, it says 20 centimeters, but I'm afraid I only have 18s. Well, I don't. I've got 23s, but I don't want a small one. These ones are great. Let me just move that out of the way. Let me just move that out of the way. These are great because they've got the bottoms that just come straight up. Our friends at Lakeland. Not sponsored. So they just pop in there. So I've got 2 18 centimeter ones, and if you're a regular fan of Matt in the Kitchen, you'll know that I have these pre-made parchments, baking sheets, grease-proof paper. So because it's an American recipe, I'm just going to use the vegetable oil. Let's move that out of the way and that down. I think we normally go to just this camera, don't we? There we go. There we go. You don't need to see my face. You just need to hear me gabbling on. So I did have some lovely comments last time that when I was doing this, I was just in my pyjama shorts, but I have changed into some jeans today. So no pyjama shorts in October's one. All right. If you're here and watching, then leave a comment, because I don't know you're watching otherwise. So just say hi in the comments and I will give you a mention, or you can just like the stream and magical things will happen. Should happen. Might happen. We'll see. Right then. So I've got some vegetable oil. I find the trouble with vegetable oil, I don't know about you, is that I don't really tend to use it like that much, and so then it goes off. But hey, so we have got 2 of these. So what am I going to do? I'm going to just do a bit of pouring there, and I'm going to rub all of that in. Just move this out of the way for you. There we are. And then I'm going to line the sides as well. I think it's going to overflow these sides, but I don't care really. It'll all be fine. And I'm just going to use whatever I've got left over. So that's number 1 done. And number 2. I'm going to turn this over. There we go. There's that. He's a cute little ghost, isn't he? Right, finish that up, keep that on, stay. And oiled around the sides. Right, that's those 2 sorted out. Just stick them over there. Give them to my sous chef. Give my hands a bit of a wash. And a dry. All right, we're good. So we've done that. We've lined that. So then we need to put the got our stuff. We're going to put our wet stuff in. No, dry stuff first of all. So I got my bowl there for the old KitchenAid, and let's measure out the stuff that we need. Flour first of all, 250 grams of flour. Now I have my Salter slimming scales. Yeah, I've got my Salter slimming scales here. So I'm going to use those today because my digital one is playing up. It is playing up. So I'm just going to use the old-fashioned analog. Why not, hey? 250 grams. Ah, except, oh no, this one I'll do a maximum of 250 grams. That's all right. It's just probably going to... Because, you know, slimming scales, you won't want to have more than 250 grams of anything, would you? Dust. There we go. Yeah. Right, that's my 250 grams of plain flour. Just going to whack that in. Doesn't say to sieve it or anything, so I'm just gonna whack it in. Let's get rid of the plain flour out of view. So that's there with that, and then we are going to, we'll just package that back up. Stop that from rattling. Then we have cocoa powder, which is 1 tablespoon. Now, I do have my spoons down here, I think. Just have a look here. Yeah, that's a dessert spoon though. Maybe my tablespoon is over in the cupboard. Let me just stick that back and I'll go and have a look. Just bear with. Yeah, there it is. Whoops. There we go. There it is. You've seen these before. These are my Nigella measuring spoons. So there's my 1 tablespoon of cocoa powder, which I've got right here using Bourneville. Yeah, I got 1 tablespoon in there. Let's just whack that in. There we go. Cocoa powder is in. Next, the vanilla, no, the bicarb is next. And so we need 1 teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda, which I ended up going off and getting these sachets, and 1 sachet equals 1 teaspoon. Again, because I don't often cook with bicarb. I think it's again the Americans. Oh, that's okay. So that's going in. That's all going over my t-shirt. That is great. That is all done. 1 teaspoon of bicarb, sugar. Now this is the 280, so I'm going to have to get my scales that are playing up a bit. But I think it's basically all of it. Well, what I could do is let's stick that there. I tell you, this is what YouTube's been made for. You keep a little watch on that. Okay, I'm going to go down to 250, which is just right at the bottom, and it's soft brown, light brown, soft sugar. So many different sugar varieties. It is unbelievable. Right, that is it. So that's all I've got. Oh, it smells lovely. I think I used to have this in my porridge when I was a boy. All right, well, we've done 250. So that's going in. Salt, half a teaspoon. I'm just using table salt, and I'm just going to do just a sprinkle. I should toss it over my shoulder really, but I'll only end up tidying it up. Well, I haven't done the vanilla extract. Flour, cocoa powder, baking powder, bicarb. Baking powder is what we haven't done. 2 teaspoons of baking powder. You just get a teaspoon. Da da dum, ba ba da bum bum. 1, 2. Sugar, salt in a bowl, mix well. So I could probably just spoon that. So there you go. If there's any lumps, break them up with your fingers or the back of the spoon. So that's all my dry ingredients there. I'm wondering whether I should add 30 grams of just normal sugar. Yeah, why not? I'll add 30 grams of, what have I got? I've got Demerara. No, that's no good. I'll just use granulated. Just stick that in. 30 grams. There we go. There we go. Feel a bit better for doing that. Whoopsie daisy, sorry about that. Right, let's mix this all up. That is sorted. So I've done my dry ingredients down here. They're all sorted and I'm just about to start on the wet stuff. I've mixed all of that together. That is the flour, cocoa powder, baking powder, bicarb, sugar, salt. Mixing well, getting rid of any lumps there. So in a separate bowl, I'm going to do the wets. Okay, which is the buttermilk, which is in the fridge. Oh dear, I should have got that out. And I should have got that out. Because that should have been warming up. I've got some butter here. It needs to have been warming up. What a silly Billy. That's okay. We're all right. Do say hello if you're watching, and or give us a like or whatever. That'd be great. Right then, so we do have to do 200 millilitres of buttermilk, and this is 300 millilitres. Let me just get a jug. A couple of different ones, and then there we go. Marvellous. So we're on what did I say, 200 millilitres of buttermilk. Just clear that out. Oh, maybe I should have shaken it beforehand. Oh gosh. Okay. Right, let's just give this a stir. Yep, so that's 200 millilitres of buttermilk. Pour that in there. Then we have to do 150 millilitres of vegetable oil. That's the buttermilk done. 150 millilitres of vegetable oil. So just pour that in. And this is instead of your butter. That's 150. Stick that in. Then the vanilla extract, which is 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, which I've got here. I reckon that's that ghost. Were you causing problems with the stream, Mr. Ghost? 1, 2. So that's those. And then what else? Food colouring, 100 millilitres of water. So the food colouring, you can now get gels. And extra strong, it says. And how much food colouring? 15 millilitres. 15 millilitres. How am I going to measure that? But I think I should just read what it says here. Knead tube before use. Strip end of tube with scissors. Add small amounts. Stir well between each addition. 1 tube makes approximately 3 7-inch sponges. Okay, well, I think we should just do as it says, and you just nip off the end here. I'll give this a knead, and then cut that off. There we go. Just nip this off the end here. Yep, that's flown somewhere. So I'm just gonna pop a bit in, and then we'll see how we get on, shall we? Should we do it that way? So there's my stuff, and I'm just gonna pop there's my blood going in. Where's my lid? There it is. We'll just be delicate, and then we'll see how it goes. Yeah? So I've added the buttermilk, the oil, the vanilla extract, food colouring, 100 millilitres of water. Do that. There we go. Clear this jug out. All right, that's done. So that's all my stuff in there, and then I've got to add the 2 eggs in there as well, and stick that over there. 2 eggs, 2 large eggs. Grab those out of here. Welcome if you've just tuned in. We're doing blood red velvet cake today on Matt in the Kitchen, slight Halloween theme, hence my little friendly ghost being down the bottom there. And we had a problem with part 1, but we're carrying on with part 2, so that's all okay. And yeah, blood red velvet cake. I do have to keep watching out for that. Here he is. Whoop, there he goes. Keep watching out for that ghost, don't I? But here we go. We are carrying on. 2 large eggs. Have I got something to pop the eggs in when I get rid of the egg? I did have. Where's my jug? There it is. There we go. We might need that teaspoon again. So let's crack open the egg. 1, 2. There we go. That's good. That's over there. That's over there. Just dry the hands. Ugh. There we go. And just check everything's okay, because I'm a bit paranoid now. That looks all okay. Yes, good. Marvellous. Right, I've done my eggs. Now I need to whisk until smooth. So I've got my little hand whisk here. And I go slow. To start off with. Okay, so. Whoa! So a little bit more. It's a bit pink, isn't it? I want it bloody. All right. It's still a bit pinky, but so let's just whack a bit more in. We'll see. It might change. Right. So that is all our wet ingredients, and now what we need to do is not stain the floor, not stain the counter with the food. So I'm going to stick that over there. I'm going to put a lid back on my food colouring. And so that's my wet stuff. And what we need to do is we need to pour the wet ingredients into the dry and whisk until well combined. The cake mixture should be bright red. It will get a little darker as it cools. All right, so I'm going to use my man there. Stick that up. Get that in. And I think I might just start slowly and work my way up. So can you see that? A little bit is the answer. So let's just, there we go. And then I'm going to pour that in. There we go. Just get a bit more of it on the go. And add a bit more of the old food colouring. There we are. Do say hello if you're watching in the comments. All right. Well, it looks all combined. So that's good. That's dripping nicely. Look at that. That looks ghoulish and Halloweeny, doesn't it? All right, let's whack it into the bowl, into the tins, and then we can get on with the icing. Okay, so we'll stick that off. Bash, 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 bash. Stick that in there, pardon me. All right then, now we just need to pour it in. So, bit of that. Bit of that. Bit of that and a bit more of that. Get a spatula. There we go. All right, let's clear that out. Get a little bit of spatula. Do you see those colours? They're coming out nicely. So we're sticking these in 25 to 30 minutes or until risen and the old skewer comes out. So I'm just going to stick those over into the oven. That's number one. Number two. Good luck. Stay safe. 180 on that one. Let's go back here and just say hello. Check in that we're doing all right. Let me just check everything still works after our earlier issues, but no, I think we're all okay. So that's good. That is good. Yeah, man in the kitchen, marvelous. The velvet cake. Right. So now it's time for the icing. Time to do some icing. Are you ready? So to do that, we need to warm up the butter in a large bowl, whiz, with a hand mixer until smooth. Okay. All right, I think I'm going to need to wash up the old hand mixer bit, which was fine because that only had the wet ingredients on. There we go, that's that sorted. Just dry that up. Ugh. There we go. And then we'll be in business. There we go. Oh, I should set a timer, shouldn't I? What do we say? 25. Let's just set that up. There we go. Need new batteries for this. I know what to ask for Christmas. What a treat. Right, and let's just mop up a little bit of this mess. Clear that up. So that's fine. And we are here, and we don't need the mixer for the moment. So let's just tidy that bit up. Pop that down, and we can get rid of you. Get rid of you, and we can start afresh with the icing, which we're going to need a bowl for. Just grab a bowl. A slightly floury bowl. But that's okay. Quick wipe around. Lovely old job. Right, so what are we going to do with this then? We are going to put the butter in. So the buttering is 125 grams of slightly salted butter. So I'm using the Lure pack today. 125 grams. Got my slimmer scale. And I need a knife, don't I? Sort that out. 125 at room temperature. This is getting to room temperature, but not quite there yet. That's 70, 90. Should be roughly half of this pack. 120, and then a smidge. See, it's an official term, isn't it? A smidge. So that's that. What I need to do with that is warm it up just a tad. So I'm going to do that in the microwave. Except all my stuff's in the way. Oh! We'll be all right. Buttermilk. You use that to do pancakes, can't you? Which would go down well. Let me just get that in there and zap it for 10, and we'll go from there. There we go. There we go. That's a bit better now. Yeah, I'll do a little bit more just because this whisk is not very strong. All right, that'll do. I don't want it completely melting. Right then, so that's that. And then we have to do 375 grams of icing sugar. So I'm going to get my scales, my other scales. So let's just stick that in there. The smidge in there as well. Rid of that. $375 grams of icing sugar. Let's just go here. There we are. That uses up that. It's good. I'm using up lots of stuff today. That can go at the back there to be chucked in the bin. And then I got some more icing sugar here. Right, there's 200 to do another 175. There we are. That is a load of icing sugar. Ah, shouldn't have done that. Right, never mind. Let's whack that together with a spoon. And we'll see how that goes. Oops. Spraying it all over the side. Roughly mashed together, then whiz with a hand mixer. I got the feeling this is going to go all over the place if I do it with a hand mixer. Might just start with a manual mixer, manual whisk, and then go from there. All right. Let's add soft cheese and more vanilla extract. Yeah, because I really don't think, if I was to whack this in here, yeah, it's too dry. So let's get me a little Philadelphia. 175 grams. This is 180 grams, so as good as. Add the soft cheese. Okay. Bit of that, bit of that, bit of that, bit of that. Bit of that. That's finished. And vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon. There it is. There we go. Marvelous. And I'm just going to mash this in. combine all of this together. All makes one nice big chunk, doesn't it? Just get that off, give it a nice gentle mix. Till all that dry stuff is incorporated. That's good. Now I'm going to go in with the hand mixer now, because I didn't do as they said and sieve the icing sugar, which is potentially a problemo. But hey ho, that's all just fun, isn't it? Right. There we are. Let's mix this up. All right, let's pulse that off. See how things are going. Got a bit of icing sugar there. So, just dry my hands. I'm going to give that a taste, because it smells delicious. Let's clear that out of the way. You don't need to see that. You don't need to see that. So that is my icing to go on top of my blood red velvet cake. And let's just have a little try. Yum. I mean, it was going to be yum, wasn't it? It was always going to be yum. Load of icing sugar and full fat soft cream. It was always going to be delicious. I think that's it for today. The cake is going. We've got another 11 minutes left on the cake. We've got the icing all done and dusted. So we are ready for when it comes out. We're obviously going to let it dry off, cool off. I mean, shouldn't come out wet. And then we are going to ice it up, and I'll stick a picture up on the Facebook group, facebook.com/there's a mat in the kitchen. And let's hope the stream is behaving itself today. And yeah, it looks like it is. That's okay. Marvelous. So then, thank you for joining me. I don't know if there'll be a December one, to be honest. I might just be back for January 2022. Wow. Another year has vanished past before our very eyes. Thank you to our ghost. Our ghost can go now. Thank you. Thank you. There we go. He's vanished. And thank you very much for joining me. It's been a pleasure as always. Make sure you tell your friends that there's a strange guy who cooks in his kitchen. And we'll be back next year. Have yourself a great Christmas. Take care. Bye, easy bye.